Hi, in this video I will be talking about double kick grooves, and some of them will be familiar to you since we've done them probably over a year ago now. So this will be a really good review, and then some of them will be new. So the first thing we're going to work on is a consistent 16th note pattern on the feet, right? So with your feet you're going to be playing 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E, just the 16th notes. And we're going to include that in the groove with eighth notes on the right or the hi-hat, wherever you want. Before we used to be playing the quarter notes on there only, so 1 E and 2, 3, 4, just like that, right? Where, you know, the only thing that you got to play were just the quarter notes there. So this time we're going to be doing the eighth notes. So that will feel a little bit different, you know, because your right hand's moving quite a bit, you know, and it's your foot's gonna follow it, right? So as long as you're playing to the metronome and you're keeping really good time, it should tighten up more and more. And you might find that your left is a little bit weaker at the beginning, and that it's hitting the bass drum more softly with the pedal. So just continue working on it. It always helps to switch up the direction too and start with your left instead of your right. So play around with that. And then after that, you can start throwing some ghost notes in there too if you want on the snare. So then I'll show you what I mean. So. So just something fun to add to it. And again, you know, you want to make sure that you're staying consistent with those 16th notes. And when you're adding those extras, the offbeats with your left hand, then they still fit nicely, and you know, your bass is not speeding up or slowing down because of them. Then I want you to review what halftime is, and when we double the time as well. So that's just a feel thing. You know, you still have the same amount of notes, except your snare is going to move from 2 and 4 on to beat 3 in halftime, right? So right now we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a better one. So there's 2 and 4. But in halftime, we're doing that only on beat 3. So the snare happens only once per measure, and that creates more space in your groove, makes it feel less intense as well. So you can manipulate different parts of the song with that kind of thing. So that's very common to do. So in this case now, we're playing the snare on 3. So so just make sure, and again, you can switch back and forth with that too. That's a lot of fun. So if you're going, so this is at the end where you notice that I was doing the double time, and that's when snare happens on every end. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 has a more kind of a punky feel to it. So that is a lot of fun to play around with as well. So make sure you got the metronome at a fairly slow tempo. You know, make sure you're comfortable with it first. Make sure that that right hand's lining up nicely with your right foot as you're playing, since they are playing at the exact same time. And after that, as you're kind of warming up with that, you can start playing grooves that have some more space in them. Like for example, I'm going to show you this one groove. It's a lot of fun here, and it's from the double bass or double pedal metal, I believe is the book name. And it's a great book, so I'm going to send you a picture just to sample it. Yeah, the bass pedal is going to be doing a kind of a cool pattern. So we're going to start with 1 and because now you're missing some of the notes, you're just going to skip through them. And what I mean by that is your legs are going to be playing according to what your hands would usually play. So if it's 1 and it would be right, left. And the same thing happens with your feet as well. well. So 1 and just like that. Then we're gonna add another 2 basses on the E end of the second beat. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So we got 1 and 2 E and, right? So notice on 2, there's a rest on the bass. 1 and E and, 1 and 2 E and, just like that. And then we're gonna do 3 E and 4 E and. So if I put that together, we got 1 and E and 3 E 4 E, 1 and E and 3 E 4 E. And that will make a lot more sense too, you know, if you want to again add that right hand with the eighth notes on the right or the hi-hat. So 1 and E and 3 E 4 E. And again, this is very important to keep that correct order for the feet. And I mean, you can do, you might find that it's something different works better for you, but this is kind of standard since we're just doing that according to what's on the beat and what's not, right? So 1 and that is right, right, left. But E and is left, right. So right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left. And again, you know, that kind of helps the flow a bit, I find. So you don't always have to start with your right foot. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that. So then when we have the snare, we can do it on 2 and 4 again, right? And then we're gonna play around with the half time feel and then double feel as well. So if we just do it on 2 and 4. Just like that, and then we speed things up. So that's what hopefully will sound like the more you practice. And again, you know, if we did something like a halftime feel with it, and we just only leave the snare on 3. Has a complete different feel to it now, right? And finally, we will then double it up as well. So now every snare will be on every end. So 1. Yeah, and again, you know, as you're playing the same bass pattern and you're still playing those eighth notes on the ride, just play around with where that snare fits and see what you can come up with, you know, because again, you know, maybe the pattern stays the same, but in different parts of the song, you're kind of manipulating the feel of your groove. So yeah, I hope these little grooves will be fun for you to play at home, and I'll see you next week. Bye.